On innovation and technology, when something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. I think it is possible for ordinary people to choose to be extraordinary. Some people don't like change, but you need to embrace change if the alternative is disaster. If something is important enough, even if the odds are against you, you should still do it. Great companies are built on great products. The first step is to establish that something is possible, then probability will occur. Constantly think about how you could be doing things better and keep questioning yourself. I think that's the single best piece of advice. Constantly think about how you could be doing things better and questioning yourself. I think we have a duty to maintain the light of consciousness to make sure it continues into the future. Brand is just a perception, and perception will match reality over time. On business and entrepreneurship, persistence is very important. You should not give up unless you are forced to give up. Failure is an option here. If things are not failing, you are not innovating enough. The path to the CEO's office should not be through the CFO's office, and it should not be through the marketing department. It needs to be through engineering and design. I don't create companies for the sake of creating companies, but to get things done. Starting and growing a business is as much about the innovation, drive, and determination of the people behind it as the product they sell. You should take the approach that you're wrong. Your goal is to be less wrong. Any product that needs a manual to work is broken. If you get up in the morning and think the future is going to be better, it is a bright day. It is a mistake to hire huge numbers of people to get a complicated job done. Numbers will never compensate for talent. The tough thing is figuring out what questions to ask, but once you do that, the rest is really easy. On space in the future, I would like to die on Mars, just not on impact. The future of humanity is going to bifurcate in two directions. Either it's going to become multiplanetary, or it's going to remain confined to one planet, and eventually there's going to be an extinction event. The idea of lying on a beach as my main thing just sounds like the worst. It sounds horrible to me. I would go bonkers. If humanity doesn't land on Mars in my lifetime, I would be very disappointed. You want to wake up in the morning and think the future is going to be great. We are trying to create an electric revolution that will help the environment. I think it is possible for civilization to establish a self-sustaining city on Mars in the future. It's okay to have your eggs in one basket as long as you control what happens to that basket. Mars is the only place in the solar system where it's possible for life to become multiplanetary. I think we should be very careful about artificial intelligence. If I had to guess at what our biggest existential threat is, it's probably that. On life and success, work like hell. I mean, you just have to put in 80 to 100-hour weeks every week. You get paid in direct proportion to the difficulty of problems you solve. Optimism, pessimism, fucks that. We're going to make it happen. The tough truth is, you have to work harder than everyone else if you want to succeed. People should pursue what they're passionate about. That will make them happier than pretty much anything else. I think it's very important to have a feedback loop where you're constantly thinking about what you've done and how you could be doing it better. Patience is a virtue, and I'm learning patience. It's a tough lesson. I say something, and then it usually happens. Maybe not on schedule, but it usually happens. Don't confuse schooling with education. I didn't go to Harvard, but the people that work for me did. The best minds of my generation are thinking about how to make people click ads. That